The System for Central American Integration, SICA, was established on December 13 of 1991 through the signing of the Tegucigalpa Protocol. Its purpose is integration of Central America to make it a region of peace, freedom, democracy, and development. The concept of the integration that the Tegucigalpa Protocol proposed and the SICA entails includes many fields of human activity, complementing each other, promoting synergies and integrality in action. It is a systematic process which later in 1994 was represented in the Alliance for Sustainable Development, which constitutes a framework supported by 4 pillars: political, sociocultural, economic, and sustainable management of natural resources. The main objective of the Central American Integration System is to encourage the regional integration in the Central American region. Also, the objective of the Secretariat of the SICA is to provide services and technical support to the regional integration process in Central America, mainly for Central American Union. The first thing is the Central American Integration System, SICA, received the support of United Nations Protocol of Tegucigalpa, and the second one is the headquarters of the General Secretariat of the Central American Integration System is in the Republic of El Salvador. However, there are several reasons why the integration is so special for the importance for the countries of the Central American region. Some of them are reduced size of their populations, territories, and economy, which conditions their development model in their international relations. Some of the challenges that compromise the well-being of the inhabitants of the SICA member countries are not effectively addressed from the national perspective. Integration has shown in the past that it contributes positively to the resolution of differences that arise in the region, as occurred in 1980s with the armed conflicts. Finally, the Tegucigalpa Protocol does not condition to speed and depth of integration, but rather facilitates that country can each decide the place at which they want to participate in the process and collectively decide how far they want to take it. However, regarding to the treaties that played an important role in the system of Central American integration, we have the General Treaty of Economic Integration that was established on October 29 of 1993. The Protocol of the General Treaty on the Central American Economic Integration, Guatemala Protocol, was signed, in which the parties undertook to achieve voluntarily, gradually, complementary, and progressively the Central American Economic Union. To this end, they create the Economic Integration Subsystem, whose technically administrative body is the Central American Economic Integration Secretariat, SICA, which has its headquarters in Guatemala. Also, we have the Social Integration Treaty that was established on March 30 of 1995. The Central American Social Integration Treaty, San Salvador Treaty, was signed, which organizes, regulates, and structures the social subsystem, which includes the social area of the SICA. It was constituted to promote the coordination, harmonization, and the convergence of social policies among themselves and with their policies of the member of the state of SICA. Its headquarters are the offices of the General Secretariat of the SICA. Then we have the Alliance for Sustainable Development that was established on October 12 of 1994. The Alliance for the Sustainable Development of the Central American, ALIDES, consists of a comprehensive regional development strategy that covers 4 priority areas: democracy, sociocultural development, economic development, and sustainable management of natural resources and improvement of environmental quality. Also, we have the Framework Treaty of the Democratic Security in Central America. The Democratic Security Framework Treaty was signed in San Pedro Sula, Honduras, on December 15 or 1995. This instrument established on the Central American model of democratic security, which is based on the democracy and the strengthening of its institutions and the truth of law, in the existence of the governments elected by universal, free, and secret suffrage, in the unrestricted respect for all human rights in the Central American states. Regarding the countries that take part into the agreement, SICA was created by Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and the Dominican Republic joined as a full members. With the regional observers, we have Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, United States of America, Ecuador, Mexico, Peru, and Uruguay. In extra observers, we have Germany, Australia, China, Taiwan, South Korea, France, Spain, Italy, Japan, New Zealand, Order of Malta, Qatar, Turkey, Kingdom of Morocco, United Kingdom, Serbia, and European Union. In relation with how does this works, we have the pro tempore presidency, meeting of the head of the states, Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Executive Committee, General Secretariat, and other positions. Nevertheless, according with the elements in the economic accountability improvement, in order to improve the quality of the government financial information, the member countries of the Central American Integration System, SICA, have to modernize both of their public financial information system and legislation related to the administration of public finances. In the particular case of the member countries of the Central American Integration System, during the last decade, actions have been carried out aimed at improving the quality of reliability of the government accounting system based on two lines of actions. Firstly, the modernization of information system, and secondly, the enactment of new legislation that supports the adaptation process. The system was designed taking into account the previous experiences for the unification of the area, as well as the lessons given by the historical events of the region, such as the political crisis and the armed conflicts and the historical dictatorial regime of the government. Based on this, and adding the internal constitutional transforms and the existence of democratic regimes in all of the countries of the region, its fundamental objective was established, which is the realization of the integration of Central America to constitute a region of peace, freedom, democracy, and development, firmly based on the respect, protection, and promoting of human rights. In concordance with the clauses number 8, consolidate democracy and strengthen its institutions based on the existence of governments elected by universal, free, and secret suffrage, and their respect for human rights. Letter B, specify a new regional security model based on reasonable balance of forces. Letter C, promote a broad regime of freedom that ensures the full and harmonious development of individuals. Letter D, achieve a regional system of welfare and economic of social justice. Letter F, strengthen the region as an economic bloc to successfully insert it into the regional and international economy. Letter G, reaffirms and consolidate the self-determination of the Central American in its external relations. Letter H, promote in a harmonious and balanced manner sustained economic, social, cultural, and political development of the member state of the region as a whole. Letter I, establish concerned actions aimed at preserving the environment. Letter J, form the Central American Integration System based on the institutional and legal system, and also based on the mutual respect among members of a state. However, in more specific terms, agreement is divided into chapters. The first one is the chapter of the nature and concept of the process of Central American social integration. The second one is of the principle, objective, and scope of the process for Central American social integration. The third one is on the institutional organizations. The fourth one is administrative act. The final one is special and final provisions. However, in witness of whereof the presidents of the Central American Republic signed this treaty in Cerro Verde, Republic of El Salvador, which shall be called the Treaty of San Salvador, on the 30th day of the month of March 1995, the Central American region is rich in biodiversity and serves as a natural bridge between the Americas, and has a channel that unites the two great oceans that surround Latin America. In 2013, the population of the SICA member states reached around 53.5 million with a gross domestic product based on purchasing power of $470 billion. Highlighting the redending of accounts and the acts of transparency of the Central American Integration System are carried out in the following ways by the Regional Supervisory Council of SICA before the development partners, before the Central American Parliament, and through the publication of ongoing projects financed by development partners, but currently has been achieved today. Some of the most significant advances achieved by the system and that benefits the inhabitant of the member of states includes the consolidation of a system with systematically integrated executive and coordination bodies which is internationally recognized, consolidation of intra-regional trade in final and intermediate goods and services, capacity to act as a bloc in the most important international political, economic, and social forums, and as well as the capacity to coordinate, negotiate extra-regional trade agreements. In terms of migration, one of the oldest but relevant achievements of SICA is the free mobility of people within the framework of the CA4, and a coordination between the countries in dealing with security problems and the establishment of a regional perspective that complements national policies. Through the institutionalization of the SICA Consultative Committee and through the Central American educational and cultural coordination efforts has been made that already leave concrete results of homologation of the educational systems. And also, what are the goals of the SICA for the future? As well, SICA goes where the member countries want to take it, and it is currently an intergovernmental body. The Central American region works on important issues that aim to improve regional integration. So an example could be the implementation of the association agreement between the Central America and the European Union, which cover aspects that go beyond those of free trade agreement that includes political dialogue, cooperation, and trade. Proposed goal for the foreseeable future is the creation of the Central America Custom Unions, whose main objective is that there are free movement of goods that are exchanged, but those originating from the parties and those imported after their nationalization in the territory in custom systems, generating an increase in trade which contributes to the economic growth of all countries. But also of the most recent regional projects in progress are the identification of geothermal energy deposits in Central America, integration and reintegration of children and youth at risk of irregular migration and displacement in Central America, a strengthening of social insertion programs for adolescents, young people in conflict with criminal law in SICA countries. But also there is the institutional strategic plan of 2021-2024. And the comprehensive regional social policy of SICA of 2020-2040. After all, SICA is not here just to help the countries, it's also here to help the American society.